Everyone, this is Blanco and this is my run of 9 Lost Chapters Lufenia fight. So my current team is Terra, Garland and Young, but basically Terra will be doing all the work if you know this setup. I saw a few videos where they, instead of using Garland, they actually use Lightning. And one was even with Noctis. That was quite surprising, and I was like thinking to myself, dang, I should have used Noctis too. I mean, he is my favorite after all. But oh well. I don't think I'll be trying Noctis. I'm pretty happy with my this particular run of mine. As for the run with Lightning, I'm pretty sure they brought what's her name? They brought Celeste. That's right, they brought Celeste, Core, and they use Runic. And so basically, what will happen is when Lightning has Runic on, this particular machines will do 0 damage to her, and Young will always counter it. But that's only for the duration that the Core is active, obviously. So anyway, more on my current setup. I immediately burst with Garland, or not immediately, I guess. I set up his LD first because I wanted all the, the stat debuffs down. Basically I wanted the boss stats to be as low as possible before I burst. You could argue that I could have also used Ami's call earlier and try and get as many more turns as I can before bursting. But you see towards the end of the video that it really didn't matter. In fact, even if I didn't bring Ami, it would have still worked out. She was more of a safety net in case the bosses and its adds turn are very close by to my teams. But yeah, I could have replaced someone, Ami, with, I don't know, maybe Gabroth. Yeah, I was thinking of Gabroth. Yeah, Gabroth might be good too, with even more stat decrease and his HP damage up. I wouldn't, in fact, don't bring any elements other than its weakness element, because if you're not doing the Celeste Call technique, then the fight is not going to be very fun for you, basically. So right here, the fight is pretty straightforward. After Garland's burst, and when Young's LD is active, just do whatever you want, just spam as many calls and well, if it isn't Terra's turn, then spam as much skills as you possibly can before Terra's turn, and then you just LD with her. It is pretty straightforward. Yeah, with Terra's LD, it basically cuts, or well, destroys the boss health until about the 20-something% mark. Maybe slightly more, slightly less, depends on how well your team is built and stuff like that. In fact, yours will probably be even lower, because you'll see later on at the end of the video, I realized that my Young did not have any of his, he had one art online active, one of his artifacts active. I did not know why I removed the other two, and it wasn't even a attack max break, it was an attack buff speed up, which is why he's going so fast, I think. And that was actually a mistake, because you want your Young to be as slow as possible. But yeah, so your Young will probably be doing a lot more, because you can see I was barely hitting the cap, and that's with Garland's burst active some more. But yeah, so even if you don't have a Garland's burst, I saw that Noctis works as well with his burst. I'm pretty sure a lot of us will have a Noctis burst. It was so strong back in the day. But yeah, this fight is so annoying to deal with if you're not doing this technique or this tactic. I initially brought 9 Gobez and Garland. Yes, that was the last one. Mainly for the burst and the delay. Because these bosses can be delayed, they can be deleted. It's just that you have to be hitting their elemental weakness for the orb condition, which is a pain because Gobez doesn't party enchant. That was a mistake I made. I did not realize his AA is not a party enchant, he's just a enchant for himself, which I find is pretty weird because all his skills are already doing dark damage. So I don't know why, I don't understand why his AA is still another dark enchant for himself. So I initially tried to rush one down to 80%, one of the ads down to 80%, and then I would burst either at 80% or slightly before with Garland, delay them as much as possible, and then use a Fujin Call. I did not pull for her LD, I'm not interested in her LD at all. I already have 9's LD, so I don't really want anything from the banner anymore. Yeah, so I used the base Fujin Call to enchant everyone with a wind. And well, the very first time I kind of screwed up, so one of the ad was still alive. But the second time that I tried that way, I managed to get both down, but I had to use the summon. I tried to maximize the call and summon as late as or delay the summon as late as I could. But yeah, so the issue wasn't the ads after that. It was because once you take both of the ads down, the boss will actually have an enrich mechanic, and I think he gains like quite a significant stat boost. And at that point of time, you're also hitting for quite little. To put it into perspective, Garland was hitting for what, 1.6? Yeah, 1.6 Brave. Granted, in fact, the friend Garland was hitting for about 1.6 to 2, and that's with the burst active already. I think with the when the boss was broken, he was hitting for about 6k. But if the boss wasn't broken, he was hitting for about 1.62k. Yeah, it's pretty sad. And I managed to kill both at I think turn 30. Yeah, I think it was turn 30. And you have 60 turns for this boss fight. So I was thinking to myself, hey, 30 turns left, and the boss had only, I think he was about halfway, give or take, maybe around 60 plus health. I was thinking maybe it might be possible, but then when I saw the damage, I was like, no, it's not happening. I don't have Go West Burst, I don't have any more calls to use, so my setup will probably not work. I had to bring Emmy's call, because I had to delay them as much as possible. I brought Cloud. Emmy was to delete, Cloud was to delay. He's also really good here actually because he can delay and he can launch, which is another one of their mechanics. If they have the green aura thing, and if they take their turn, they will actually gain quite a significant brave. And I believe the boss will also heal, like its HP. Yeah, that's why Cloud is good. He can delay, he can launch. And my last call was Fujin, just the base call. So if you are lucky with Fujin's LD and you are not planning to run her as an active character, then putting her as a core is actually a really good thing, because she can both her LD and her base core enchants the party with wind, which I think is like the few calls that enchant both times with both calls. It's a bit wasted that Fujin isn't a really very strong character in my opinion. I feel there are many better launch characters, there are many better delay characters. But yeah, if I actually had her build, but I saw my resources, I was thinking to myself, I don't really like Fujin, and she's not really a must I feel for this fight. So yeah, that's one of the reasons, or the few reasons why I didn't pull for her. I'm saving my tickets for, I can't remember who's the next one. Was it Tifa? I can't remember. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of resources. Well, you might be looking at my previous pull video and saying, hey, you have 500k gems. I mean that is like, when you already have the amount of gems there, then you don't really feel like using it anymore. Yeah, I have that feeling, you know, it's like, wow, such a nice number. I don't want to touch my gems. But yeah, coming back to the fight, yeah, I brought the boss down to about 20 something percent, and then that's when I brought my friend Gobez in. I brought one with burst, so I just immediately burst once Terra has exhausted her LD. So brought Gobez in, burst, and I saw that the boss was actually dying already, so I was thinking to myself, well, since I brought Gobez in, he's hitting elemental weakness, why not target the ads? Because for this fight you have to kill every single one. I'm not so sure whether the boss will actually respawn the ad, I don't think so. In the previous way that I was doing, he didn't resummon. And that was after taking many turns already. Yeah, so I didn't really, I wasn't really too worried at this point of time. Because on the off chance that the ops gets too low, I would just pop the summon and I should be in a very good position after that. Because you can see the ads are already dying. Mainly because I'm really targeting them now. And they don't have any HP damage reduction, not like the boss. The boss has 20%. All this will be in the description below. But yeah, so if you're doing this way, it really makes the fight way easier to manage. You don't really have to worry so much about the mechanics. Just pop Fujin's call on one of the very slow characters, someone you don't really want to take so many turns, like Yang or Garland, and then definitely not on Terra, obviously. And then after that, just go crazy with Terra. Then once Terra is done, just bring in a Farron summon, or you can just keep her in and summon if you really have to. It's not a very big issue if you have to summon. In fact, you just lower your turns. You actually notice that I didn't summon. That was because I overestimated the boss health. I thought, okay, this Black Fang won't kill it. And what do you know, man? It did 3%. Oh, that was quite funny, I feel. So yeah, guys, that's the fight basically. You'll see my mistake soon. I did not equip all of Yang's artifacts. That was pretty funny when I realized it. I was like, oh, I could have done better. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.